Hello and welcome to my show Indus Cuisine, and I'm your chef Basim Akhund. We're back with another new episode and a new recipe from the heart of Pakistan. Today's recipe is very interesting and the name is Nihari with fried kebabs. This recipe Nihari dates back to the Mughal Empire in the initial days when they came and settled to the Pakistan area, also known as the subcontinent back in the day. This recipe came into existence out of need. The doctors back in that day, also known as the Ayurveds, told the Mughal Empire, all the Mughal emperors back in the day, that the water which is available is coming from the downstream area and you cannot digest it. And the only way you can survive in this area with the local water, obviously there wasn't any transport, so they couldn't get water from upstream or from the mountainous areas. So the only way they could do it was through having a lot of spices. But if you have a lot of spices, there's another problem: digestion. So the doctors or the Ayurveds back in the day told them that if you want to have a proper digestion because of these spices, you need to add a lot of fat in your diet. So the rich people, like the ministers, the emperor, or the family of the emperor, the direct family of the emperor, could afford butter. Butter was derived from milk, so it was an expensive product, or you can say a byproduct of milk. But now the problem is, whenever a king or the emperor comes and settles down in an area, he comes with a lot of people in terms of soldiers, his protection, his people who serve them, and these are in hundreds and thousands. Why? Because he's bringing the whole city with him, the nomadic culture. So now what could be done? Everyone cannot afford butter. So this recipe came into being, and the first version of this recipe was very interesting. The recipe was, you take a piece of meat, you take a few spices, you add some water and let it cook overnight. So what will happen when you start your day? The recipe will have a lot of oil on top of it. What is that oil? It's not oil added on top, it's the fat that has melted from the meat. So this is how Nihari came into being, and Nihari means in our language Nihar Muh. Nihar means empty stomach, basically. This is the word. So this recipe, this dish is a breakfast recipe, even though it's very heavy. And once you have it, once the Mughal emperors or the royal families used to have it, they used to take another nap after breakfast, because that was the only thing they used to do: conquer, rest and conquer again. Today's recipe is interesting. We'll do it in two parts. First, you need some meat. This is around 1 kg of meat, and this is what we call the shank meat, and in Urdu, in our own language, we call it bong. So we will use this meat, around 1 kg. Then you need red chilies powder, you need turmeric powder, you need some nutmeg, you need some cloves, you need some black cardamom, some cinnamon, salt to taste, coriander powder, cumin seeds, ginger garlic paste. You need some green chilies, which I'll use in the end, so I don't want it now, I'll keep it on the side. You need some flour to thicken up the curry, the sauce, and you need some lemon, which I'll use in the end also. And you need some onion, around 2 onions finely chopped. When they'll start browning in the oil, then we'll add the beef, we'll sear it, and then we'll continue. The second part of the recipe is kebabs, which I'll tell you later. The ingredients are also over here. You need some cumin, flour, red chili powder, coriander powder, beef mince, ginger, garlic, and some oil in the end. Okay, so we shall start this recipe now. First of all, what you need to do is never mix different boards. We'll use a green board when we're cutting vegetables, and we'll use a red board, which is back over there, when we will start using the beef. Okay, so now first of all you need 2 onions. So I'll take 2 onions and finely chop them. Put the flame on. The pan needs to come to heat. Reduce the heat. Okay, this recipe usually takes around 5 to 6 hours to cook, but nowadays no one has so much of time. So what we'll do is we'll use a pressure cooker, and this recipe will be ready in like 45 minutes. The only part that will take time is the beef, which will cook over there. Okay, so firstly you need a knife. You need to finely chop the onions. Keep the root on. The root's always on. Why? Because the onion doesn't slip then. And you need to finely chop it so that you get a nice texture and the onion is finely chopped and also easily dissolvable or it gets really soft when it hits the pan in the oil. So remember that. Slowly and gradually. This recipe is made in 2 parts. Why? Because usually this recipe also has another thing. In Pakistan or in countries which this recipe is very common, they use a lot of goat brain. So what they do is they fry the goat brain, they boil it, and then they add it to the gravy. But because goat brain wasn't available today, so we'll be doing another part. So we'll be making kebabs with it, which is widely more acceptable. Why? Because everyone nowadays doesn't have those traditional things such as brain, bone marrow, and different parts of the animal apart from the meat. There are dishes in Pakistan known as takatak, where meat is not used, but all the other parts of the animals such as liver, heart, kidney, brain, and all these things are used in that recipe, and it is a delicious treat which I'll actually teach you one day. So the onions are done and the pan is hot. So first what we'll do is we'll hit the onions in the pan with some oil and let it cook for around 2 minutes till it gets brown, and then we shall start adding the meat and sear it. Okay, so whatever you don't need goes in the dustbin. Keep your station clean. The pan is completely hot. I'll use the grill just to keep it over here. Add around, you can say 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. This is done. Oil goes on the side. The pan was already hot, so now I'll add the onions. Remember, always add it to hot oil, never to cold oil. Try maintaining the right flow whenever you're cooking. And here we go. Add some salt, but not too much, around 1/4 teaspoon to bring the moisture out of the onion. Give it a lid and let it cook for a minute or a minute and a half. Till the time this is cooking, we'll change the board and I'll add some beef. But before that, you need to clean it a bit. So what does cleaning mean? I'll tell you. This is the shank meat. Both of the pieces are clean. This one you'll use as it is, but this one you can see there's a vein going inside. See, some people use it, but I prefer not to use it. So we'll be using a different knife. This is a boning knife which we use in culinary school or in leading restaurants. Never mix knives also. Why? Because you can damage the blade. Okay, reduce the heat to medium now. Firstly, what you need to do is you need to start cutting through here, just like a small incision. Slowly and gradually you have to take this part out. So firstly, this part of meat, I'll just cut through and bring it on the side. You can see this. Now what you can see is this part is connecting over here. So I'll just slide my knife on the silver lining, pull it, and start taking this out. Now you can see this tough part, you don't need it, it goes in the dustbin. And now you will make some pieces out of it. I won't make big pieces, you can see some over here also. So just cut through the vein, because this is the part that doesn't get soft after cooking it for hours even. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just cut the piece into half. This piece has a connection over here, this will come out. This will also be a piece. And as you can see, there's good marbling over here. I will use this piece as it is. And now this recipe will easily serve around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 people. So the meat is ready. Now what you need to do is increase the heat over here. I've added extra oil. Why? Because in Pakistani cooking you do add oil a bit. And secondly, because the oil is up, I want to sear the meat. So what I'll do is I'll just keep it over here. It's fine, it can be close even, that's not a problem. And then just let it cook for around 30 seconds each side. Okay, reduce the heat to medium, not too high. Keep the handkerchief over here. Why? The heat is low, so it's fine, it's not dangerous. Just clean your hands once. Why? Because you do not want cross-contamination to happen. And change the knife. This knife goes over here. I need a new board. The new board comes back, and just wash it once. Just rinse it. Take your cloth, and now I will change the side. So as you can see, the meat is changing color. I want it to sear. Why? Because when the color changes, we also call this searing. What happens is the flavor starts interlocking. It doesn't go out of the beef, and that's what you want. Now another 30 seconds. Till the time this is happening, what we'll do is we will start putting the spices in the blender, because we need to make a spice mix for this. In the market, you can easily go and find Nihari masala, but that's another thing. You do not want Nihari masala if I'm there with you, because I can tell you how to make it fresh at home. So now we'll make Nihari masala. For that, what you need is you need to add these spices first over here, and then you will dry roast them later on. So firstly, you'll add some cloves, you'll add some turmeric powder, red chili powder, cinnamon sticks. If you do not have cinnamon sticks, you can add cinnamon powder also. Then you need black cardamom, around 3 pieces, not too much. Then you need coriander powder, you need cumin seeds basically, you need salt around half a teaspoon, and just keep your eye on the beef. You don't want it to overcook. Okay, this is done, the searing is done. I'll take it off the heat and put it on the side. Put this on pilot, and I need another pan. Why? Because I need to start roasting the spices. So the pan is over here. I'll keep it on the stove. Now what you need to do is add the remaining spices, which are almost done. And the last one is nutmeg. You don't add it like this. There's a skin on top. Please see, some people just add it, and that's not the way. For that, you can take a spatula, put it on top, and crack it. See, the nutmeg is in the center. This is the part which you need. It's like a shell basically. So this is more than enough. It smells really, really nice. You throw the skin on the side, and now you process it in a food processor till the time it converts into a fine powdery like texture. Okay, so now I shall just put it and process it. This is done. And I shall put the powder in something different just to show it to you. I'll put it over here. Put it on the side. And now, as you can see, the powder is ready. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to dry roast it. Now the question would be, why would you want to dry roast it? Because dry roasting brings out the flavor. Keep all the things on the side. Try keeping your counter really, really clean. If there is any excess powder, you can take it off and throw it in the dustbin. Why? Because to the last level cleaning is very important. Okay, put it on high heat. Once that comes on high heat, we'll start cooking. But before that, what you need to do is you need to even add some water to the pressure cooker. So how much water do you need? You need around 2 liters of water. Why? Because you need the beef to cook for around 45 minutes. So 2 liters of water. This jug is 2 liters. Do not bring it to heat. Why? Because always you need to start with a cold pressure cooker. It's very important. Now the pan is hot. Just dry roast these things. And for dry roasting them, you need to keep moving it with a spatula. Why? Because you don't want to burn it. It will start burning. You can see the smoke is coming out lightly. You just have to dry roast it for only 30 seconds. Okay, this is done. Dry roasting is complete. Now what you need to do is put the stove off and finally start cooking. So what's the first step? We shall take the beef and put it in the pressure cooker. This goes over here. You can have a look if I keep it over here for you. And we need to do something else also, and then we'll go for a short break. So just stay with me for another minute or so. Okay, now the flavor is all over here. We shall use it. Move the pan on the side, bring it back to heat. What you will do is, firstly, you'll start adding the ginger garlic paste over here. The ginger garlic paste goes in. Mix it up. Give it like 30 seconds, which I've given when I was mixing. Now what you need to do is you need to add the dry spices to this. The dry spices go in. This pan goes in the sink. Mix it up. This is done. Switch the stove off and transfer all this goodness into the water. We don't need the pan now. And you need to add some salt. Always remember, add less salt because you can never reduce the saltiness from the food. So that's the best way to cook Pakistani food. Start with less salt. If you need it, you can add more towards the end. Add around half a teaspoon of salt right now. Just mix it up a bit, just once. I'll put it over here for you. You can see I'm mixing it up. Submerge the beef in water. Give it a lid. Press it on top. Close it properly. Now what you need to do is move it, put it on the stove, increase the heat. Once the whistle starts moving like this, take a look. The time starts. Keep cooking it for 45 minutes on low heat till the time this is cooking. We'll go for a short break. When I'm back from the break, there's a lot to do. I'll teach you more. Keep watching India's Cuisine and don't go away. I'm your chef, Basim Akhund. Welcome back. You're watching India's Cuisine and I'm your chef, Basim Akhund. So during the break, we did nothing. I've just switched the stove right now. So it's cooking. I'll give it another 40 minutes. And when it's done, we'll show you the final look. But before that, what we need to do is we need to add something on the side also. We're going to do kebabs, fried kebabs. They're basic, very easy. And it's a side dish which you can serve with the nihari or you can have it without the nihari. Okay, so before I had started this part, the only thing that is remaining is some flour. I will use it later on to start thickening it. Right now you won't add it. Why? Because I want the meat to keep bouncing inside the pressure cooker in the water, which is completely fine, not in a thick texture which has a lot of flour in it. Okay, so I'll keep it on the side. Now what you need to do is you need to get ready with some of your ingredients. For this part, you need some cumin, you need some ginger, you need some garlic, you need coriander powder, you need red chili powder, you need some flour. Why will I use flour? The Pakistani way is you add a bit of flour. What happens is the beef won't fall apart when it's frying, and you'll add some salt to taste, and obviously around half a kg of beef mince, 30% beef fat, 70% lean beef. This is the way how you go whenever you make kebabs. Okay, so first what you want is you want the ginger garlic to be, you want the garlic to be shredded and the ginger to be shredded also. So what I'll do is I'll take the finer side and I'll start shredding the garlic around 4 to 5 pieces. If the pieces are medium sized, then you can use around 5. Shake it a bit and you can see the garlic is over here. Okay, now you need some ginger. Shred that too. Keep a proper grip. You don't want your hand to slip. This is what I do. I put the ginger, I use these 2 fingers to hold it and the thumb over here. This way it won't slip. Now see, this part is left. I'll just turn it around a bit and I won't go further. Why? Because I don't want to hurt myself. Now, just clean your hands once. Take some tissue paper, wipe the garlic juices and ginger juices off. And this is all the ginger juice which you'll need later. Tap it a bit more because you can see there's more coming out. You don't need this anymore. Okay, throw the tissue paper back. And now what you need to do is you need to start mixing all of these ingredients. So to mix it, what I'll do is you usually use a thali, a big steel plate in the traditional way, but I'll use this plate. Firstly, what I'll do is I'll take the beef. I'll put it here. Keep this on the side. press the beef, okay? So we can shift the board now. Why? Because I need this. So what I'll do is I'll put this on the side over here. The ginger and the garlic goes over here. And don't waste the juices. That's delicious. Add it to the beef mince. Okay, you don't need this anymore. This goes on the side. This tissue paper is always used, a wet tissue paper, so that the board doesn't slip. Remember that. You don't need it anymore. Keep it on the side also. And now it's time to get your hands dirty. There's no other way. Okay, take your watch off. Try not wearing anything in your hand. I keep a watch on because I time everything. I can't keep a clock up there. So I need a watch over here. Okay, press the beef flat. Reduce the heat of the pressure cooker just a bit. And you have to add the spices now. Firstly, I'll take the ginger. I'll spread it out. This way, you will amalgamate, you'll mix the flavors properly. Now the garlic, mix it up properly like this. You can see I'm spreading it out. Take the salt, add around half a teaspoon. Salt it all over. Now you need to add some coriander powder. Spread it out. You need some cumin, not cumin powder, proper cumin. Put the pan on heat, on low heat. And now you need some red chili powder. It's over there. And in the end, you need some flour. So I'll add it on top. Not too much, just a bit. Keep this on the side. Now, start folding it. I rolled it like a cigar. Press it. Roll it again. And now start mixing it like you mix dough. I want all of the spices to mix up properly. Fold it again, give it a tap. You can see the spices mixing up properly. The best part is you can leave the meat for 30 minutes in the fridge if you have time, and then make the small kebabs, which I'll make right now. Okay, this is done. The masalas are everywhere, mixed properly. Move this on the side, and now what you need is you need a new plate in which I'll make small kebabs. Okay, so take a piece. Now you know why the meat falls apart when you're cooking it? Because you can see these lines, it's not interlocked properly. So what you need to do is first, now start hitting it. What's happening is the molecules of the beef, or the texture of the beef in normal language, is coming together and it won't fall apart. So now this is done. Spread it out, try rolling it like a kebab, like this. You want a shape of a cylinder, not a round kebab. It's not a beef patty, it's a kebab. So this is how you do it. Rolling gradually is therapeutic, enjoy it. One is done, keep it over here. Likewise, you'll do it again. Hit it on your hand. Now press it. And then turn your hand around. What people do in Pakistan is, in the local restaurants, they dip their hand in water and then they start pressing it. Okay, this is done. As you can see, I've made the kebabs, and what you need to do now is you need to start cooking them. The pan was on pilot, so it's like on really low heat. So just add some oil to it, around half a cup, because I'm going to shallow fry it, not deep fry it. Trying my patience with this bottle, I must say. Okay, this is done. Now what you need to do is increase the heat to medium. The pan is hot. Give it another 30 seconds. You need to remember that if you cannot at all make these kebabs like into a cylinder shape, what you can do is you can make it like the normal round ones, also known as koftas. Okay, this is done. Now reduce the heat to medium-low. Why? Because you don't want to burn them. Now start placing them in the oil. You can see that it started bubbling now. Remember one thing, You do not want to break them, so do not move them a lot once they're in the pan. Here we go. We're going to cook it at least 2 minutes each side. So now till the time this is cooking, the nihari is also done. I shall now open the pressure cooker. But first of all, please clean your hands because I just used some raw beef. Wipe your hands now. Let it cook, not on like really high heat, but remember medium-low heat. And now you need to open the pressure cooker. You need to be very, very, very careful and switch it off. Give it like 20 minutes to rest. Once 20 minutes pass by, I shall open it. Why? Because I'll tell you how. You can see this part of the pressure cooker up. When this goes down, when the pressure cooker is cold, then open it, never before. So now I've let it cool down. It's been like around 1 minute maybe. Give it some time. Turn the side. You can see the kebab getting brown. Cook it for another 2 to 4 minutes on this side. And if you want to increase the speed of cooking, what I'll do is I'll show it to you what you can do now. So now bring the kebabs closer to each other like this. Keep this on the side. Tilt the pan and deep fry it for another 1 minute. So this is what I'm doing. So once these cook, I will take them out and I'll keep them on the side because then we will serve this with the nihari. So let this cook for another 2 minutes. Till the time this is cooking, what we need to do is we need some things for the nihari. Why? Because nihari is just not eaten like this with naan bread or pita bread or any form of flat bread. You need some spices with it. So what people usually do is they serve green chilies with it. So you take the top part off. Keep this on the side. Cut the chili from between. And finely slice it now. Be very careful with your hand. And here we go, this is done. Now the green chili is ready. Keep it on the side. You don't want these parts of the green chili. Throw it. Now what you need is you need some ginger. So what I'll do is first, the Desi way or the Pakistani way is just to make thin slices like this. Leave the top part out and finely slice it. So what I need to do is make it into another half and now thinly slice it. And now we shall serve it for you. The kebabs are done. Take the kebabs out. Keep this on the side. And now I shall show you the final look of the nihari. I shall open it when 20 minutes pass by. And as you can see, today's recipe is done. I made nihari. What people usually do is they take some coriander, they put it on top, make it pretty, take some ginger, take some green chilies, and add some kebabs to it also on the side. I hope you liked today's episode. I'll see you in another episode with another new recipe from the heart of Pakistan. Signing out, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.